Chapter 1. First Bell. The morning sun cast a soft glow over the city skyline, washing the streets in golden light. Jason Price stood at the window of his small room, adjusting the collar of his black hoodie. At 16, he stood 5'11", with an athletic build that hinted at hours spent training, though you wouldn't know it from his calm demeanor. His light brown eyes scanned the horizon, catching every subtle detail, movement, sound, temperature shift. His brain never rested. Jason was no ordinary teen. His mind processed information faster than any supercomputer. He could dismantle and rebuild tech with his eyes closed, his reflexes, sharpened by years of mixed martial arts and Wing Chun Kung Fu under the watchful eye of his adopted uncle, Bernard Rose. "You're gonna be late if you keep staring at the sky like that," Bernard said, leaning in the doorway. Broad-shouldered with streaks of gray in his beard, Bernard exuded quiet strength. A retired intelligence agent turned teacher, he was more than a guardian. He was Jason's sensei, strategist, and moral compass. Jason grabbed his backpack, already packed with books and gear most kids wouldn't dream of. Signal jammers, encrypted flash drives, and a pair of augmented contact lenses he designed himself. "First day at a new school. Think anyone will notice I'm not just a regular kid?" Jason asked, sliding the door closed behind him. Bernard smirked. "If they don't, you're not doing it right. Blend in, observe, adapt, and if something feels off, strike first, think twice," Jason finished, grinning. But high school was just the beginning. Beneath the surface of this seemingly ordinary world lurked shadows of a deeper conspiracy, one that would force Jason to choose between the code he lived by and the secrets he was born from. Jason stepped out into the brisk morning air, earbuds in, but no music playing, just white noise to drown out distractions. His mind was already mapping the new terrain. Streets, cameras, exit points, potential threats. It wasn't paranoia, it was training. Lincoln High wasn't a fortress, but to Jason, it might as well have been. As he approached the gates, hundreds of students filed in. Normal to anyone else, but Jason noticed everything. The security guard on his phone, not watching the monitor. The student with a fake hall pass. The girl in the hoodie scanning faces instead of making eye contact. "She's chasing the crowd," he thought, filing it away. Not every puzzle needed to be solved on day one. "Yo, you knew," a voice called. Jason turned. A boy with thick glasses and a wide grin jogged up beside him, already sweating under the weight of his backpack. "Name's Rico," he said, thrusting a hand forward. "AP Chemistry, Robotics, and Chess Club. You look like you belong in none of those, but I like a challenge." Jason raised an eyebrow but shook his hand. Jason, prepare to enter the jungle. First period's a mess. Cafeteria smells like death, and there's a senior who thinks he runs the halls, Devontae Gray. Avoid him, or don't. Depends how much you like bruises." Jason smirked. "Thanks for the intel." The bell rang. Students surged like a wave toward the building. Jason stayed calm, calculated. His footsteps were silent on the linoleum floors as he entered the main hallway, scanning the locker numbers until he found his B1 and 12. He entered the combination with practiced ease. Click. Inside, he placed a false book cover over his real project, a custom-coded laptop with a triple-layer firewall and self-erasing cache, just in case. "Mr. Price," a voice called. He turned. A tall man in a gray vest with a sharp gaze stood before him. "I'm Mr. Calder, your homeroom teacher. You're in the right place. Let's try to make this a quiet year, shall we?" Jason nodded, but his instincts told him otherwise. Nothing about this year would be quiet. Back home, later that night, Jason stood barefoot in the training room Bernard had built in their garage. Wooden dummies, punching bags, and surveillance feeds lit the walls. Bernard circled him, slow and measured. "School?" Bernard asked. "Standard layout, weak perimeter. One metal detector and 2 blind spots by the east stairwell. I clocked 5 students who could be threats, 1 teacher who's hiding something." Bernard nodded. "Good. Now show me what you've learned." Jason exploded into movement. Palm strikes, spins, low sweeps. Wing Chun flowed through him like water, direct, sharp, efficient. Bernard blocked a strike and countered with a sweep of his own, sending Jason sliding across the mat. "You hesitate when you analyze mid-strike," Bernard said. "Thinking is good, but instinct is faster." Jason stood, panting. "Got it." Bernard tossed him a towel. "Tomorrow, we start your next training, cyber infiltration. If you want answers about your past, it won't be in a school file. You'll need to dig deep." Jason's eyes narrowed. Because Bernard wasn't just training him to survive high school, he was training him for war.